Hello viewers! My name is Sarah Toho, and welcome to my sixth and final book critique. As usual, I will be starting with my featured book with accompanying lessons. This week I have the Newbery Honor book, The War That Saved My Life, by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This is a historical fiction book set in England during World War II about a pair of siblings who escaped their abusive mother by joining the London evacuation. This book is for reading levels grades 3 through 8. The first lesson I have is for 8th grade math. In this math standard from Virginia, the students focus on applying their skills to real-world problems. So what's the connection to the book? The class will initially solidify their knowledge of ration books and how they were used. To set up, the students will break into families, with parents and children, and using both actual ration proportions they would have received and authentic recipes, the families will plan the meals for a week with reasonable leftovers. The students will utilize Excel to create spreadsheets of data and formulae to narrow down their choices. They will then create graphs and a Google Slides presentation with the graphs to present their process and post to the class Seesaw account. On to Lesson 2, 6th grade American History. Once again, I used Virginia's Standards of Learning, and this focus is on World War II major events. The goal of this lesson is for the students to collaborate to create 2 timelines, one of the war front and one of the home front. The students will make their own choice of detail focus from a list. Students will use Time Graphic to create a collaborated timeline, then will briefly present their focus to the class. The class will then have time to individually explore their timelines, which will be posted to Seesaw and also used for future classes. I have created my own timeline to demonstrate. Keeping with the theme, I created a timeline of rationing. Time Graphic allows the user to have a span event, as well as individual events. In the events, both can have photos, videos, etc. attached, as well as typed details. So now, other books, which are just as good. Our Only May Amelia by Jennifer L. Holm is a historical fiction novel about the life of Amelia May, an American Finnish girl born in the late 1800s into a family of boys, and she happens to be just about the only girl in her stretch of the river. This book received the Newbery Honor and is reading level grades 6 through 8. Next, I have Secrets of a Civil War Submarine, Solving the Mysteries of the H.L. Hunley. This informational book recounts the history of this surprising historical artifact and chronicles the efforts of many scientific disciplines to unearth the sub and figure out why it sank. This book won the Sibert Medal and is reading level grades 6 through 8. Here I have The Kakapo Rescue, Saving the World's Strangest Parrot. The kakapo is a nocturnal, flightless parrot that lives on islands off the coast of New Zealand. In this informational book, Cy Montgomery provides details about this bird, why it is greatly endangered, and recounts a stay on the island with those fighting to preserve this unique species. This book won the Sibert Medal and is reading level grades 3 through 5. My final book is The American Plague, the true and terrifying story of the yellow fever epidemic of 1793. This informational book by Jim Murphy chronicles the events and people involved in this tragedy, as well as the cause, which was confirmed much later. This book received the Newbery Honor and was a National Book Award finalist, and won the Sibert Medal. Its reading level is appropriate for grades 3 through 12. And that brings us to the final end. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed!